And welcome back to PSA TV. This is Eye on Labor.
Pass me, kick me, pay me, mom. All right, thank you.
Listen what Papa tell you. I want to know the old book they write, saying that I must retire, cause children is in for a fight. To reach this number there is much required. Not because you're young and strong, that's your privilege. Partner to age with grace, and this timing is the total package. I tell you, old is the new young. There's a milestone you have to cross to be ranking with the bosses. Old is the new young. We earn the right and pass every test and live life to the fullest, waiting on you. It's true, youths have plenty catching up to do. You hear what I say? Lord. The older you get should bring reasoning, and the youngsters need to get some quick to find themselves in relationship, but experience they have none.
All right, so there we have it. Some very nice and sprightly music in the background there. Calypso, of course. Old is the new young. And on set, I've got with me in studio, live and in person, Mr. Wendell Goodridge. He's, of course, the man responsible for the vocals on that rhythm. Did you write it as well?
Yes,
huh?
yes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good morning to you, Wendell. How are you?
I'm fine. Good morning to the outer listeners and everyone.
Yes. Welcome to PSA TV.
It's actually a pleasure to be here.
Yeah.
Thanks for extending an arm for me. Yeah.
Before we get into today's interview, just tell me a bit about yourself.
Well,
Who is Wendell Goodridge?
Wendell Goodridge, the cool, normal, down-to-earth person, very observant, likes to do music, likes a little adventure at times, you know, and always open to new ideas and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Why Calypso?
How would you say? Calypso was since at the age of about 8. Calypso always had a certain type of influence on me from small, so gradually coming up and listening to a couple of the veterans, I also was encouraged and inspired to go down the same path, and gradually as I walk the path, things happen to change in a little direction at times, but I still stick to the craft till this day, you know? Yeah.
All right, so now I know you're one of the members who will be performing at Carifesta, and Carifesta is scheduled to open tomorrow, I believe, Friday?
No, Saturday.
Saturday,
Yeah.
sorry.
Well, Friday actually is from the 16th.
Yeah, 16th to the 25th.
Yeah.
And we expect to see a lot of different cultures, different regions coming in. I know we've got Angola.
Yes.
They've sent in their team already.
Yep.
St. Lucia, St. Vincent.
Yeah.
And we, of course, here in Trinidad and Tobago, showcasing our talent. And when you think about Trinidad and Tobago, in particular in terms of music, two things come to mind: Calypso and soca.
Yes.
And you've made your mark in terms of Calypso here. So your choice of song tomorrow, Old is the New Young. Let's talk a bit about that. What inspired you to write that?
Based on what's happening around the country, even the globe, if people are very observant and pay attention to what is going on, a lot of youths not actually living to see the age of 60, and to tell you the honest truth, I would like to reach the age of 100 and more. I would like to see how I will be in my old age. So it's something that I pray for, you know, every day to reach old, because look at what's going on every day. The age bracket of the youths and them who dying out is not a nice sight, but hopefully, as the song said, old is the new young. Someday somebody will realize that.
That could be interpreted in another way too, like bring back the old time days.
Yeah.
Like, you know, where we would see less fighting and corruption and, you know, I mean, I think to some extent we really need to go back. Go back to the old time days.
And it's not only about the old time days. In terms of back then, how we used to do stuff back then was more beneficial to us.
Now we do things more profitable, and we forget, so to some extent, we've forgotten our humanity. So going back, like you said, is one thing, but taking some values from back then and bringing it now, you know, to incorporate it.
It'll be a big plus.
Major
plus.
Now you come with over 20 years experience in singing calypso. In your own opinion, what is your most outstanding, most memorable performance?
Most memorable performance, I'll have to say, was in 2016. It was in the Calypso finals in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Interesting.
And that was with the next song, Who to Blame. And the response was actually out of this world, you know? And that actually gives me the drive to actually go forward with more music, you know? So try my best to come a little bit higher than every year.
Let's talk a bit about the art itself in terms of calypso writing. Now, you have to have skills on a different level to even pen something that would come across as something that people would be interested in. And first of all, to be appealing to the public, to your listening audience. What inspires you to write?
Different events, social stuff, political stuff, humorous stuff. Sometimes by the corner, somebody might do something, or just by home, you might see any little thing, and you just put that into your own little story and come and put it into a complete package and present it to the public. But at the same time, you had to remember, if it's something social you're talking about, the storyline or the narrative must be...
It must be relevant too.
Exactly.
And it must be... what is your style of writing?
It's actually open.
Okay.
And it's kind of unorthodox, because I wouldn't really put it as that I have a particular style, because I don't really like to be labeled as one way. You understand?
I gotcha. When you hit this stage, what is your mindset?
That is the next thing. Well, my mindset is to try not to be nervous. There isn't a time that I actually went on stage and isn't nervous, because the crowd is, every time you face,
it's
the
a
crowd
new crowd.
is a different setting and a different feel to it. So I just try my best not to be nervous. Take a few deep breaths, try to focus on something, not about, you know, and try to execute the performance.
The art itself, calypso, you don't find many people gravitating towards it. So I would imagine there may be some challenges.
To me,
or what would you like to see, you know, to pull people back to, like the song says, old is new young.
Well,
so, you know, what would you like to see?
Well, I wouldn't say, well, remember you say that most of the youths are not gravitating to calypso, right? The youths and see things more as it's new, hip, they will gravitate to that. So what actually have to happen is that, to me, there needs to have a new song to calypso itself, so that it will appeal as one. And the competitions that actually, to me, stifles the art form. Because when we actually do music, on the whole, is actually to compete, and it's not actually to entertain.
Yeah.
Right? So most songs you'll actually find they have a more competitive vibe to it than entertaining, where you could actually listen to Calypso and get off of your feet, not just come in at 10 and sit down and listen the social problems. You might hear a little humor to make you laugh, and probably a few one or two double anta in there. You know? But the entertainment aspect of Calypso, to me, is missing. Yeah.
Oh my. And how can we bring it back?
Well, I was saying in terms of observing, sitting back, observe what people not saying and try to say what they're not saying and do what they're not doing. Yeah.
With an experience of over 20 years, what has kept you so long in this industry and as a Calypsonian in particular?
I have to say the fans and family in terms of support. I actually have a song named Support too.
Wow.
Yeah.
So let me see what I've got so far. Who to Blame?
Yeah.
Support?
Yeah. And
All
All
is
is in
in
You
You.
Young. Yeah.
Okay. How
And
many songs do you think you've, well not think, but how many songs do you think you've got out there?
Maybe about a lot of songs, about 20 something or more songs, yeah. And also do extempo too.
Okay.
Also was a finalist.
We should probably should put you on the spot.
Yeah.
No? Let's talk a bit about Carifesta. How excited are you to head on down?
Real excited. It's actually my first time in Carifesta.
So you should extempo on Carifesta, you see?
Well,
I mean, I'm sure you could just...
spur any moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, once you have a topic, but you could also bust too. You know, yeah, it has certain times when you're actually trying to grab certain things, but it's really
You don't want a mind block, don't worry.
Yeah, you want to be on point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you were telling me that it's your first time performing down there?
Yeah, it's my first time in Carifesta. So happy that I was selected.
Have you actually been to Carifesta before?
No.
Okay.
No. First time, and I'm hoping to give them a real nice surprise and a good performance.
I mean, you're on the opening day for the, grand celebrations. There is like thousands of people. Am I making you nervous as yet? Thousands of people, like from all different islands.
I'll be feeling nervous, yes, when I see the crowd, but I'll actually be.
I think it will drive you to next.
To get them a good performance.
Yeah. And one thing I have to say that, Caribbean people, they appreciate our culture so much.
Yep.
And it's really nice to see that, you're going out down there, going to do your thing.
Caribbean has the best taste. It's like a pot filled with every ingredient from every country.
Yeah.
Which brings out
it's like a melting pot of different diverse cultures. I like Callaloo, coming to think of it.
Yeah.
Do you have any stage traditions? Like, do you prep? What's your prep like before you go on stage?
Just to say a little word of prayer, to feel comfortable, clear my mind, and then enter the stage and execute. Yeah.
Now, you are your own brand, and I know before we were talking about the fact that you also work at Port Authority.
Yeah, I work at the Port Authority.
So how do you balance both?
Well, that is a good question. Actually, it's kind of difficult at times, but I have a good manager.
Okay.
Where that is concerned.
Oh yeah, you do actually.
Yes, and
I believe he's watching.
Yes, he also advised me on what routes to take in order to get time off and stuff like that, in order to fill the gap where the music is concerned, and also still have time for family, because I'm also a father too. So try my best to balance my time. Yeah.
All right. Before you go, I just want to ask you, What is your wish for Trinidad and Tobago as we approach Independence Day?
My wish is that everybody, as a whole nation, could become conscious-minded and actually observe the situation that the country is in.
Yeah.
If something is painted blue, don't call it white. Call it blue as it is, so that we can know that we can make changes and fix the country to the state that we would like to see it in.
Yeah.
That is my wish.
Wendell, I want to thank you so much for coming on this morning. I know I've kept you quite a while waiting, but thank you so much for coming on, and I look forward to your contribution into the entertainment industry, to carry Festa down there on Saturday.
Yep.
And going forward, what can we expect from you?
We could expect a blast of a show. Hell of a show I'm going to get them. And I'd like to also thank you all at PSC TV for having me, and also for encouraging most of the artists to actually have a platform to speak and explore their music and stuff like that. And thanks to the listening public out there.
And should anybody, should our viewers want to contact you, can you give us your social media handle?
Yes, social media, Wendell Goodridge. Instagram also at Wendell Goodridge. SoundCloud, same name.
So it's very easy. You have absolutely no reason why you should not remember either, because it's the same basically.
Yes.
So thank you so much for coming on
It's
this
a pleasure.
morning.
Thanks very much.
All right. So there you go, from the man himself behind Old is the New Young.
Yeah.
So we're gonna toss a really short break and come back with more. Stay with us.
Old is the new young. There's a milestone you have to cross to be ranking with the bosses. Old is the new young. We earn the right and pass every test, and live life to the fullest, are waiting on you. It's true. Youths have plenty catching up to do. You hear what I say? Lord.